So, in today's video, we are going to talk about Miss Best's feedback about my project proposal. And I already presented, and she is going to provide me her valuable suggestions. How can I improve my craft?
Okay. So for the project proposal, I really like the proposal, especially that it is so timely with the kind of kids that we have now, that they are like the 21st century kids. Like everywhere you go, it's like you see kids, having or holding their cell phones, or they have their iPads with them, or they just have their laptops with them. And so the project proposal is really like, I think, how they call this, very much applicable to the kind of kids that we have now. And so I'm into it actually, and I think not really like 100% that I'm doing it, but let me just like say probably 20-30% of some of the activities we actually like use this, something like that. So looking at let's look at some challenges for implementing the project. The first thing that came in my mind is that in our school, sometimes when I ask them to like bring out their cell phone or bring out their laptop, some of them will definitely say, Miss Bess, I'm not allowed to bring those in school. And so that for me may be like one of the challenges. Okay, but probably you can like some of the kids will tell me, Miss Bess, can you email my parents so they will allow me tomorrow?
I saw this in my while I was in my clinical teaching, and that there was somebody who was asking you your permission to write an email from parents and all that.
Yes. And so so those are just like some of the challenges. But then if you how they call this, if you announce beforehand or inform them beforehand that there is a need for the use of that, then I don't think it would be like a problem. Okay, but that's just one of those minor challenges probably. And then like every time I think about this mobile or technology integration in teaching, it always comes into my mind that it is really important, or it is useful when reviewing the kids, something like that, because it reminds me of Kahoot. Okay, wherein like you review the kids with some of those basic vocabularies using Kahoot, for example. So I'm thinking that maybe one of the challenges is like, how would you design it so that you will be able to include teaching the core as well, and not just like serving as a review or formative assessment, something like that. Okay. So I think those two are the things that I can think for now as challenges. And then what are some inputs for improving and developing the idea further? Okay, so this is in relation to the first challenge, I think. That is because in our school, we only meet the students like for 40 minutes. And sometimes that 40 minutes is not actually like enough for the students to like complete an activity.
Right.
Like when you do an activity, first you explain to the students, make them understand the procedure before you can actually start with the activity. And so these, okay, we may, this is a very good opportunity now to develop, the use of apps, so that we have some kind of flipped classroom, so that you can just like tell them to view a video recording that you did earlier for the procedure, so that when they come to class tomorrow, they already like know what to do.
Yeah, maybe for like we did the dissection of pig's heart last time. They can watch the video and read the material content, and in
Yeah.
class we can spend more time on practical things.
Exactly. Yeah, and that will save on time, and then it's like you also like prepare the kids right away before they come. They already like know what they are supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something like that. Okay. And then for expanding or
Yes, that is
diminishing the scope of the project to make it relevant. Um, let's look at expanding probably, expanding. So this is really very good because um, aside from the students having all these gadgets, all parents as well, they do have these gadgets.
Yeah.
And they always like have with them their phones as well. So this can be like an avenue or an opportunity want to expand, diminish the scope of the project to make it relevant to and achieve and involve in the project, something like that. Okay. So what I can see here is like, WeChat in China is like, for us teachers, we use that as an avenue to like communicate as a department, something like that.
Yeah.
And so maybe this can be used as well to uh, have more communication with parents.
Yeah.
So we can like create an app or a page so that parents as well as teachers as well as students will all be like contributing in that page.
Yeah, that is Class Dojo. That is an app, Class Dojo, and one teacher already told me that she's using it.
Oh,
so and I think it's a very good one,
very good,
and she's enjoying it.
Yes, I think that is like how do you call this? A quick way to communicate to parents and know parents more, and them knowing us more, and us knowing the kids more.
Yeah,
Something like that. And then another thing that I'm thinking is that the kids are really very good with all these apps. So probably they can have like a project wherein they can create their apps. Probably an app that would make them, learn effectively.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. And it could be a summative assessment or formative assessment as well.
Exactly.
That developed an app.
Yeah.
We give them some like guiding questions, and that you have to come up with an app which addresses all these questions.
Yeah, that they would love to do.